What is going on, guys? Seed here with another FIFA 23 video. Wow. That's something you don't hear often, right? Well, in the past month, guys, I kind of took a break from FIFA 23, right? Like a really serious break in FIFA 23, and it was just one of those things where I needed the time away from the game. Like, I was like popping in here and there, like in little spurts, right? I was just like in and out, right? And I was like, guys, I need to like resync up back in the FIFA 23 community, right? In the FIFA community, right? And just show you guys that I'm still here, right? Obviously, the goal at the starting of the RTG in FIFA 23, right, was to make it to Elite. And guys, I think if you dial it back to like episode number 1 on the RTG, guys, I kind of like, I missed the starting gun, right? I missed the starting point, right? By like a little like shift, right? And that little shift kind of started spiraling into a bigger gap, right, between the starting pistol and the game cycle, right? And then I was like tacking on like a whole bunch of different videos and like extracurricular activities. It's just something that I naturally do. All my reading material, all my music material, my training, etc. And eventually, like, I just got burnt the hell out, right? So I needed the break, right? Long story short there, I needed the freaking break from FIFA 23, right? Anything FIFA 23 related, it wasn't, it was just getting to the point where every game felt like a chore, right? And when that happens, you gotta like dial it back. You gotta take a step back, you gotta play different games, you gotta like try to like touch grass, like just get, you know, like other things off your checklist that you've been meaning to get done as well, right? Give your brain some time to like you know, like breathe, right? Your brain, your body, everything. Just give your whole self some time to just relax, recoup, right? And then come back in fresh. It's the same concept with music. Definitely the same. I'm second generation, right? So when I speak to my father about that, one of the things we used to talk about when I was like a much more active musician, way back maybe like 10, 15 years ago, when you would take a long break and you come back, everything feels fresh, right? Obviously, you have, when you stop and start, right? You start and stop and all that, going back and forth. What ends up happening is that those neural pathways, right? You know, kind of like it dampens a little, right? And you have to like reactivate. You know, your brain has to like reactivate those old routes, right? So, without getting into too much detail, right? I was just like, you know what? Let's change it up, right? It's summer. I told you guys, happy solstice day, right? So, solstice changing, you know, changing. You know what I mean, right? Happy summer, right? New solstice, right? So summer solstice. There you go. So yeah. So I was like talking to my dad, right? And he's like, yeah, you need like freshness. You need to change it up, change up your rhythm, and change up what you're doing, right? And prune your activities a little better. So that's where I was, right? But guys, for today's video, right, while I was giving that little introductory, you know, like that little introductory speech as to where I was, right, guys, we have a player review, right, in the form of Premium Shapeshifters links. Guys, I have no clue. I don't know who this player. This is an up and coming player, right? I'm old guard in terms of like in terms of like FIFA content, in terms of like FIFA gameplay, in terms of like FIFA language, right? I'm like 1990s Manchester United kind of Sid, right? And I've been around for like a long time, right? And we've seen the guard change, right? We've seen the generations change, and we're in a completely different generation now. We're almost out of the Cristiano Ronaldo Messi era, right? And now we're in the Haaland, Mbappe era, and all of the players, all of the great players, the up-and-coming great players, right? Which brings us to today's video, right? So we're going to try out Lynx, right? He's a Premium Shapeshifters, right? And he was dropped today. Absolutely easy card to obtain. And guys, that's the team I'm running, right? I put, I changed it up. Right, and
good evening, everyone.
guys, I'm excited, right? It's still 100% pure RTG. The only two tradable cards that I have, no, I only have one tradable card in the team now, and I think that's their Stegen. So, with that being said, guys, first match with Lynx, we've got a lot of grinding, right? When you guys are seeing this video, right, it's a lot of grinding that we have to do, right, to even get back up to anything close to a reputable division rivals, right? Because I've just been like, my foot has been off the pedal this year in FIFA 23. I've been here, been trying to create the content, do the packs, do everything, right? But I haven't prioritized anything with any level of seriousness, right? And the only two times that we are really on level in FIFA 23, right? In FUT in general, right? It's at the starting of the cycle and the ending, when everything starts to rebalance back, right? So that's how the cycle normally goes, and we're out of the team of the season cycle, and we are now in the Shapeshifters. It's like kind of like overtime, right? Yeah, that's the best way to put it. What is today's date? Okay, we're getting off topic anyway, but yeah, you get the idea, right? Yeah, it's June 21st, right? So we're already in June, and we have to make the game fun, right? So for me, making the game fun right now is trying to get a team with the relevant power, right? Relative to the other players in the community. And right now, everyone's just running hyper gods, like God tier level sides, right? It's nothing but endgame sides. Nothing but endgame sides that you're coming up against in rivals, in the Sword and Foot Champs matches, anything. Look, it's a 98 Pele, right? And this is literally the first match that we're playing with Lynx, right? And we've changed up the side, right? We've changed up the side. I've put Eusebio on the bench, right? And I got the Surloth last night, and I got the Vitinha done, and I was using the Vitinha as my left wing, right? But because I love the card so much, he's so responsive in game, I changed him over to a striker once I got the Lynx, right? So Lynx operates as a Premium Shapeshifters, right? So his chemistry is 3 stars, like 3 diamonds, like right off the bat, right? So he'll operate like an icon card, which is amazing, right? So I'm using him with a marksman chem style, right? And hold on, I'm gonna give you the stats as we're watching the match unfold, right? Because this is literally the first match with the card, right? And I think his name, Gift Lynx, right? He's literally a gift, right? Because first match, he only gets a 7.7 rating, but he scores a goal right off the bat, right? So he's an explosive type, right? And let me see, do I have him? No, we have him as actually using him. We're using him with a marksman, which makes him more controlled, right? But we can easily change that over with using with the finisher. Right? But right now, I think marksman works fine, right? It's either when I was like choosing the chem style, it was like between marksman and finisher, right? So literally the first match, right? We get our first rage quit, right? And guys, he scores on his debut, right? So 27 minutes in, we're riding a hot streak. We're in Division 4, which kind of like, you know, it's terrible, right? Because I've literally kept trying to like go back up, and then you got to go back to every new season, go back to, and then when you take a break, which you need to you know, retain some sanity in this game, right? You come back and it's just one of those things where, you know, like you can only do so much, right? You have to juggle. As you get older, you have to juggle almost everything. Like, I can't tell you how many things I'm actually juggling, right? And guys, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. But right now, I'm cutting weight, right? I'm cutting weight, and I'm kind of like trying to like prune my activities, right? My background activities, right? Outside of the FIFA 23, right? So I'm trying to like distribute my energy a little cleaner, going forward, right? So
well, as you can hear,
I'm not expending as much or as tired as much as I'm doing the content creation in the future as I'm doing every other thing that I have to get done as well, right? But right now, my main priority, because I ballooned up, right? So this game, you can fall into a spiral, right? If you don't, if you let it get out of control, right? You can fall into one of those chaotic spirals. And when this is a pure RTG, the amount of grinding that you have to do, right, guys? The amount of grinding that you have to do to like make up for the fact that this is technically a pay-to-win game, right? You do not all start on the same footing, right? And even throughout the season, right? You don't really start throughout the season. It starts to balance out, but it's your time, right? You're paying with it with your time, right? So yeah, your time invested in it, right? Which makes it fun, right? It makes it fresh, right? At least for me. For everyone else, it'll be like, oh, guy, you're like so far behind. But the point is to show you that it can be done, right? And you can still have fun doing it, right? So I had a lot of fun crafting this team. The Jordi Alba, right? And the Busquets. I said I was gonna get these cards done. I got them done, right? The Sorloth, I literally got done last night. And I tried him out. He wasn't clicking at first, but then like once I got like a fresh perspective after like I went to bed, I got up and I just ended up loving the freaking card, right? So so yeah, links, right? Let me see where are we right now? 2-1 in this match, right? Yeah. So I've got Fofana on the bench. I bring him on for Marino, right? But yeah, let's get back on topic. Gift links, right? Shapeshifters Premium, and we've got him with a marksman, so he's gonna have 99 finishing, 98 shot power. His long shot's gonna be +8, so it's gonna be an 88. Penalties will be so-so, right? But we're gonna get his dribbling up to a 98 with the marksman, right? So his reaction is gonna be +4, ball control +5, which is 99, dribbling 99. His composure's still going to be locked in at 88, right? But his jumping and his strength will be improved as well, right? So he's going to have like +50 from the chem style, right? And we're looking at footbin as we are showing the highlights from this match, right? So as opposed to like the finisher may work a little better. You make him explosive, right? And so it's a toss-up for everyone, right? So for everyone watching, right? Because with a finisher chem style, he would have 98 and 99, right? And then his dribbling would be dropped to like a 97, but it would be distributed well, right? His reactions would be a little lower, right? So you're going to get +4 agility, +4 balance, 99, 99, and then dribbling would be a 99 as well, right? But the reactions would be a little low. So it would be like marksman would yield you better dribbling, and finisher would yield you better shooting, right? And the physicality marksman would be better as well, right? So we're using links, right? We're using him. We are using him as my left winger, right? And yeah, some people are using him with a hawk, right? So and this was like a really easy card to get, right? All you had to do was like win 3 matches, score 8, assist 6, right? So this is an easy card to obtain, right? And what a fun addition, right? And yeah, from South Africa, right? And it's a really dope card. And guys, he scores again, right? So we make it 5-2, right? And guys, look at my opponent's name, MK, right? That's such a cool name, right? Because like when I see like I'm looking at MMK, right? It probably means something, but in my head it's registering as MK, like Mr. Mackey from South Park, you know, the guidance counselor. He's like MK, right? So yeah, so guys, another rage quit, right? And Lynx gets a 1, right? A 1 and a 1, 1 goal, 1 assist, right? And guys, yeah. Vitinha as a striker paired with Mbappe, absolutely insane. So incredibly responsive as a striker, right? I really love the card. Like I was really nervous like to put Eusebio on the bench because my Eusebio is just like he's just like really golden in game as well, right? And I was just like thinking, I was like, okay, you know what? I've rinsed my club. I rinsed my club to get Vitinha done, Busquets, Alba. My club just kept going through infinite rinses, right? With all of like you were getting grindable like packs, like you guys already know this, right? So just throughout the objectives, right? But I haven't been playing serious enough, right, to even say I'm out like nothing but a casual player, which is fine. It's fine, right? I'm completely happy with that, right? But it does get frustrating. Can't lie, right? I can't lie. It does get frustrating at times, right? Because you it's everything that you're juggling on you're balancing on your plate in the background, right, in your actual life, and then you get into your like digital life, right, and then you're just like But guys, check out that team, right? Like literally, we're at the stage in FIFA 23 when it's nothing but god tier level squads, right? And every single one of your opponents will have a reputable side. So my mission, right, after like I like started cutting weight and then I was like finding time, my mission was just like, you know what, as soon as I try to like resync back up, I know I'm gonna have like an insurmountable amount of work to do, but I'm just gonna like pedal to the metal, right, and just get it done. Just get it done, right? So that was like kind of like the mindset, right? And we have so much grinding to do, we have so much work to do, but it's going to be easier, right? Because the cards now, the cards that are going to be released from this stage going forward to the ending of the FIFA 23 cycle, right? As we gear up for the next game, right? The cards are just going to be OP cards, right? They're all going to be OP cards, right? We're going to start seeing a lot of 99 stats in game, right? So it's the post-team of the season cycle, right? It's kind of like the overtime cycle, right? But this is my perfect opportunity. It's the greatest opportunity for me to try to like resync back up in terms of like the relative power in my squad, right? And guys, yeah, so I was like kind of like riding a high, right? I was just like, okay, you know what? Put my head down, right? Put grind on the mount guard kind of deal, right? And just seriously, like, you know, like bite down on the teeth, right, on the mount guard, and just like get it done, right? And that was kind of like the mentality I had, right, when I was like climbing up in Rivals, right? Because I had my RTG fell off a cliff. It fell off the proverbial cliff. So Lynx did not show up in the second match, and that's because it was only 29 minutes in. This guy was really hard to break down. Like immediately, he was like really like normally you would see a goal like right off the bat with me, right? And then like I would like play for rage quits. Like when you're playing for rage quits, you play differently than when you play for like full 90-minute matches, right? Some people play for rage quits where they just like they go like pedal to the metal like right from the start of the match, right? And then their energy level just drifts off, and then it just brings back the player, right? But that initial burst, and then they'll score like 2 or 3 goals like right there. They're expecting their opponent to, they kind of like play for the rage, right? They play for the rage quit. And a lot of people in the community, they already know that, right? So yeah, Busquets is paired with Marino. Rafinha is insane. Mbappe, that 92 Mbappe that I did like way back when, still really good. Stoichkov is on the bench, right? We've got some bangers on the bench. Fofana's on the bench, right? I still gotta bring up my bench now. I put Todibo on, right? Todibo, I think I picked up Todibo as well. So Ter Stegen starts, right? And he was like, I think I had built up enough coins for Ter Stegen. It was like Medina. It was Medina and Ter Stegen, right? I had built up enough coins for Medina and Ter Stegen. Then I got the Sherlock done, so I sold off my Medina, and then with the extra like fodder that I had, I put on Sherlock last night. And I picked up Todibo with the extra coins, right? So that's how that happened, right? And then today literally Lynx, right? So I'm trying to bring you guys up back to speed, right? And I've been like here and there, and then I was like waiting. I was like waiting for like a moment where like there would be like a good enough drop of a card, right, that I could just like resync back up with everyone. Not saying that the other cards weren't good. They were great, right? But my team wasn't like, you know, like the stat distribution, like the power distribution across my team was kind of like wavering in every other like, position, right? So I felt like now my team felt like a little bit more locked in, where I felt like a little bit more comfortable with the team that I was running, and I really love the team. Like the team is just like a really solid team. It's not the best team, it's not the worst team, but it's a manageable team. It's a team that I can still get the business done with the side, right? And you're not working as hard for the same amount of goals, right? Or the same style of play that you normally play, right? And yeah, so my back line is set. We've got Kimpembe, right? We've got Alba, Kimpembe, Alba, Surloth, Kimpembe, and Klaus in the back, right? And then it's Busquets and Marino, and then it's Lynx, Vitinha, Mbappe, Rafinha, and Ter Stegen obviously is the goalkeeper, right? So there's no complaints, right? All of those guys, you can get the business done with that team, right? I can get the business done with that team. And every single one of my players, they were all tough, right? Because I took my foot off the gas in FIFA, right? And when I got back in, right, everyone was just running like God squads and running some crazy squads, and then I was just like grinding and grinding and grinding and just waiting, right? I did some like some of the gambling packs, some of the gambling SBCs, and none of them paid off. I'm still waiting for like compensation packs. I know a lot of people in the community are also waiting for compensation packs, so it's just going to be hilarious, right? So when they drop Rivals rewards later tomorrow, right? I'm just gonna be happy, right? I'm gonna be happy because I'm gonna be able to just like start grinding again, right? And we've got Laporte, right? We've got Laporte on the bench as well, right? He's a keeper as well. So yeah, guys, like I know I'm talking your ears off. I absolutely get it, right? I know I'm talking your ears off, right? And this was like literally the toughest opponent of tonight, right? And I've played every single one of these guys before. Like, after a while, it's the same people. Like, I always say this. Like, from the start of my RTG, right, from the start of this channel, I've said, like, it's the usual suspects. It's the usual customers. You play them all the time throughout the year. You gotta respect your opponents. You gotta, you know, like, at the end of the day, it's just a game, right? And every single one of your opponents, right, they're human beings at the end of the day, right? And they're trying their hardest as well. And you know, like some people are playing competitively, some people are playing casually, right? But they're all your compatriots in the FIFA 23 community, in the FIFA community, and just the gaming community in general, right? So I'm always for excellent sportsmanship, right, when it comes to like gaming within the gaming community, right? So I always say, you know, like, respect your opponents. You don't really have to like them, dislike them, but you gotta respect them, right? And, sometimes you just see like some people get a little too toxic in the community and they like read into things the wrong way. And I kind of like, I noticed that when I was like trying to like jump back in, right? This is just like an off, like an aside, right? I was like trying to like jump back in, right? Like a week ago, I was like trying to like re-seat back up. I was trying my hardest. And then like I was like facing an opponent, right, in Rivals, and at the ending of the match, right, he did like after he scored a very specific goal, he did like a taunt, and then like an extra taunt and an extra taunt. I was just like scratching my head, why would he do that? And then it like clicked. I was like, I looked at the username, and I was like, okay, wait, I probably beat him, right? And he probably took it personal, like extremely personal. So sometimes that happens, right? It happens, and sometimes people's, you know, they take it a little too, you know, like, so that's when you gotta dial it back as well. But guys, funny thing is, I was on the exercise bike last weekend, right? And I wanted to like halfway, like I got my runner's high, right? I got the runner's high from doing my cardio, right? And like in between my runner's high, I was like sweating bullets. And I just like ran upstairs because my console's in my room, right? And I ran upstairs, like sweating bullets. I'm like, yes, I can do this, I can do this. And I tried to jump into like a random foot chance match, right? Sweating bullets, right? And then like my fingers are like slipping off the controller and this and that, right? And it was just hilarious. It was hilarious. It was like, and I caught myself, like I got my butt handed to me, and I caught myself like, what the hell am I doing? Right? It was just like the runner's high kicking in, right? It was like when you feel like you can take on the universe. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys loved this video. It was a lot of fun to make. It was a lot, and I'm just like looking forward to like resyncing in the community, and hopefully we hit elite sooner rather than later, right? We end off FIFA 23 in a high. Hopefully we do it sooner than later, right? So we tried out gift links today. Excellent player. I don't know if I'm going to use him with a marksman or a finisher going forward. I don't know. He's explosive, right? Explosive with a finisher. So maybe I'll try it out, right? But guys, yeah, we're back in Division 3. We've got a lot of climbing to do. A lot of work on the channel. Guys, peace, love, all the blessings to you and yours. Hope you enjoyed this 25-minute video. Cheers. Sid, out.